Hello, people of the internet. I am Mystery Man, and right behind me is a cool brewing machine that is automatic. And the thing I like about this one is all the things you need are right in front of you: the bottles, the three ingredients, and, you know, the fuel. Of course, you need the fuel now. So, how do we actually load up this machine in its default condition? The only way to load it up as it is in the world download is how I'm going to show you right now. You're going to need to put 2 blocks of your choice in each of these, and they have to be different blocks. I'm using colorable because it helps me figure out which of these is which for the 3 ingredients that I have, since it's only a 3 ingredient machine. You're going to first press this button after you place those items in, and I recommend you take that water bottle out. And now what you're going to do is put the nether wart in. And after you've done that, you're going to look at the main hopper here. In this case, I have light blue wool. If there's the first thing, well, the first ingredient's in there. So the first ingredient is the main ingredient, and the main ingredient is going to be golden carrots. The second ingredient is the modifier, and the second ingredient is the yellow wool in this case, so we got to put our modifier in there. And the third ingredient is the nether wart. The reason why we have the nether wart as our third ingredient is because it's the trailing nether wart. We have a filter back here that checks when the last item is left, and it causes this T flip-flop to drop items into here, which I'm really just about to demonstrate to you. After you've done all the loading, just remove these one by one, and, well, there you have it. It loads itself up, and it loads up the ingredients in order. And after it's done that, it'll brew. We're going to watch one cycle of brewing together. And just like magic, it resets. Ooh, very cool. And all your items go down here without anything being left in that hopper, which is obviously what you want. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to, let's say, have a chest completely fill, watch what happens. So if this is completely full and the potion here finishes brewing, it's actually going to stop the system and let you know that, hey, your machine is full. So let's go ahead and just watch this thing right here just completely halt. And there you have it. So now the bottles will just stay static in there, and nothing will go in this hopper. And yeah, your storage is full. You can have a double chest there too if you want. I kind of recommend it more than a barrel, but it looks cool. Okay, so let me explain what you're going to do to unload your thing though. You're going to need to turn your machine off, and then you're going to take all of the items out. If there's any items left in here, make sure there's groups of 3. So let's say you only took out that many. You need to make sure it's like groups of 3, or else the mechanism below is actually not going to work. This overflow protection. It just stops the machine. Because if you don't stop the machine, well, then you get problems. So, yeah, so now that I've emptied it, all you gotta do is turn it back on, and, well, everything goes back together, and it's ready to rumble again. So, yeah, just keep those practices in mind when you use this device. So now that I've shown you the device, I want to show you also how to make it right here if you just don't feel like getting the world download. So we're going to start by putting some slabs here, and we're going to also put our barrel or double chest. If you're going to put a double chest, make sure it's 2 wide this way, but I'm going to use the barrel. We're going to take care of these things in the front here because it's really quite easy to do. Just surround this brewing stand with hoppers if it helps visualize. And then you're going to need a barrel right here. So this barrel's the fuel barrel. It'll take care of all of those needs you need as long as there's blaze powder in there. And then the next thing you want to do is put droppers that face all around inwards like this and have a barrel in the center. And this just makes sure that everything is buffered in the right order. If you put a hopper here, that will not work, so just stick with the barrel. I recommend it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need on this is some glass, and we're going to need a hopper somewhere. I'll show you where right now, as a matter of fact. We're going to need a hopper near this dispenser. And what the dispenser is essentially going to do is it's going to dispense empty bottles into some water here that we'll put eventually. The next thing you're going to put is a comparator. Let me grab it. You're going to put it right there. This is going to be a part of the filter mechanism, and I want you guys to make sure that you put the right amount of items. Make sure there's 19 items here, and that filter is complete. The next step you want to do is add a bridge. This is an optional block. You don't need it, so I'm not going to put it since you don't necessarily need it. It does look cool, though, I will admit. Build your bridge and then put some redstone dust on there, and then you're going to need to take out a redstone torch, essentially. Now go ahead and bring out your two hoppers. So this hopper here is a buffer because this one is going to be locked, so we want to put the bottle somewhere temporarily. That's the whole point behind it. And yeah, while the machine's running, nothing gets left in there, so do not worry about that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is get a redstone block, and we need a redstone block here because of the backup protection, which is just the comparator back here. On top of the redstone block, you're going to need a repeater facing this way, and then a block, and it just acts as a way to stop this from letting items go down during a brewing process. So now we've actually covered the two locks on the brewing machine, and now we're going to get our T flip-flop set up. You're going to put an observer block facing this way, and then you're going to need another observer block up here as a way to start the machine. Now go ahead and put your sticky piston like that. And now we're ready for the next step. Oh, by the way, I actually made a mistake. The observer block goes here and there. I really do apologize. I'll go slow. Yeah, so after getting that, just go ahead and put it like that. So I'll explain what happens to this observer block. When this thing flips upwards, which I want actually like that, when it flips upward, it's going to cause a pulse, and then when this turns on, causes a pulse, and then when the observer block goes down, it does 3 pulses, and the 3 pulses are used to pulse 3 bottles. That's the whole point. Yeah. So now that I described that, you're going to need to put down some blocks. I'm just deciding to put down that. Go ahead and grab some redstone dust, and we need redstone dust here so we don't quasi-connectivity our dispenser. Get 2 Fortic repeaters, and then you're going to need a redstone dust up here, and then 2 redstone dusts back here. Okay, so now that we've covered that portion, we need to go ahead and put a rail and a minecart with chest up here. And this is going to be our empty bottle storage. We're going to put the empty bottles in after we completely build the machine. The next thing you're going to need is a block here in the center. And we're going to need something to complete this part. Just go ahead and put a redstone torch like that, and that'll be your overflow protection. And honestly, the on and off switch is completely optional. That's up to you to add. Yeah, it really is. I recommend it for unloading the items, though, to be fair. It's kind of finicky if you unload the items in a weird way. Okay, so now we're going to need another redstone block and an iron trapdoor and a water bucket. Yeah, this thing uses a lot of stuff. You just go ahead and put your redstone block there. And actually, I meant to leave the glass out there. I just forgot. Because you need some way to place that part in. See, it was easier to place it that way. So just place it that way. And then get your thing set up just like that. And I believe that is it. Yeah, that's it. It's really simple. And yeah, I recommend to put some glass here just to protect the hopper and such. Alright, so now let me show you how you're going to fill up your items since we've completed the project. The indicator light was an optional part, so that's why I left it out, if you're wondering. Make sure this dispenser is completely filled, and I recommend to fill that up, and of course, the main minecart and chest. And here's the nice advantage of the new updates. You've got ways to use dispensers to fill up water bottles, which is better to store actually. That's pretty much all you need for a long time. And look at that. We're really just back at square one. So let's go ahead and review how we do the test for the items, and then we're going to make another potion together. And I believe that's all we got. So I'll go ahead and make a fire-resistant potion this time. I thought that'd be a cool one. So let's go ahead and get the ingredients, get the redstone, and now we've got everything. Go ahead and just put it in there. And I did, yeah, there's one button there. Yeah, the startup button. You do need that. Okay, press the button. This thing will T-flip downwards. And okay, so our first ingredient's the light blue wool, which means that goes there. Yellow wool is the modifier, and the last one is obvious because it's the last one. Grab the bottle out, put that in. 1, 2, 3, and machine starts. And that's it. You have successfully built my brewing device. I hope this tutorial has actually helped you. Please like if you did like the video, and consider subscribing as it'll help. Now, yeah, you won't brew anything until you get blaze rods in there, or not blaze rods, blaze powder, so that's good. It just pauses, I guess, if that happens. So, yeah. I hope this really did help, though. I mean, it's not a terrible device. And in the end of the day, all you want is a bulk supply of potions, right? So, yeah, look, it worked exactly how I wanted it to. It's actually going to stop right now. And yeah, thanks for watching. World download will be in the description.